Hey everyone, the one Sith here to do the next part of the Conquest mode. Odin's Conquest. Hey, here we go. As I'm wearing my Ziltoid shirt. Ow. Hang on, let me get that again. As I'm wearing my Ziltoid shirt. If you don't know who Ziltoid is, just check out the album. It's amazing. Devon Townsend, amazing. I just want to plug that. Alright, so Kashyyyk. Hang on. Yes, Empire. Right, we got what we did. We'll hang on. We move. Okay, we can move to Naboo. Oh, we control Naboo. Yeah, we do. We'll move it to Kashyyyk. We'll take over Kashyyyk. Hey. Attack the Wookiees. Dun dun dun. Because Wookiees are awesome, but let's take them over. Dun dun dun. Alright, so, what has been happening in the world of Star Wars? Well, as I'm shooting this on like the 28th, I believe, of January, there is rumors saying that we will be getting the name of the next Star Wars film, and funny enough, if I watch this in like 10 years from now, or even 5 years, and the movie's I'm not too surprised. If it's amazing, then I would be surprised. But that's good. If it's amazing, that's what I want. I want to be the Revenge of the Sith of the new sequel trilogy. Because the last two films, well, I ain't the biggest fan. But it might be Revenge of the Sith, it might make Star Wars better, or maybe Star Wars has crashed and burned, and I'm rewatching this because my fears of losing Star Wars has happened, and it's bad. Who knows? Who knows what the future brings? Who absolutely knows? God, I hope my I can't remember if this is all closer than usual, so I'm very sorry if I lean to the right a bit, because I want to make sure the sound is clear. Hopefully. Mostly. Yeah, I do that a lot. Sorry. My bad. Okay, that's a bit better. There we go. And then, like, I get it into editing and it just screws up everything. Gosh darn diddly darn. Oh. Of course it did. Rebels, no. What else? Well, Battlefront 2, I think like a week ago. Yeah, almost a week ago. Got Dooku, and he is amazing. He's fantastic. I really love playing as Dooku, and that in Geonosis and Arcade, like, playing Geonosis on Arcade with Dooku was great. It actually reminded me of Battlefront 2, this one. What we need is a big game mode, which I say that every time, and I will say it until we actually get it, because a big game mode is literally what this game needs, and it's disgusting that we still haven't gotten, for 2017, that. Yet. You know. They have said that in terms of content, they will probably give us that. We don't know when. I feel like after Anakin, which, the next update's going to be so good. Anakin, new game mode, new skins, customization. What else was there? Apparently we're going to get an emote wheel. Like, so much good content for February, and the wait is going to be almost impossible. Because first of all, he's my favorite villain, which I just want now. Like, I just want to play, hero, which I want to play as, because he's my favorite hero, my favorite character in all Star Wars. And we're going to get a big new game mode, which may be something similar to what we're seeing here on Kashyyyk. And if it is anywhere near as similar as to this, it's all I'm going to play. All I'm going to play. Because big game mode, hell yeah. I'm not saying no to that at all. Absolutely not. Where are we? We're at number 2. We'll choose the engineer. I'm not at all going to be like, nah, we can't have that. Oh, I can't wait. Afterwards, in terms of content, I believe I wouldn't be surprised. Now, in terms of heroes, I think we'll get at least 4 more heroes. Where did he go? At least 4 more heroes. After that, 6 is a possibility, but I think 4 is the most realistic. Anything other than extra 4 heroes would be, I think, amazing. So, I'm okay with that. What I think they'll be, well, people saying they'll be Padme, Ashoka, Ventress, and possibly Jango. Jango might have just been put in there because they think, oh, okay, who could we have? But I would be fine with those 4. And then there was a leak, I believe, before the game came out in 2017, saying that one of the DLCs was going to be Scarif, which I think is plausible because Scarif was in the campaign. So I also think that's a plausibility, and I really hope it is because, quite the neck. I love Scarif, I love those characters, and in terms of good content, I think that'd be pretty good. I do mainly want maps though, because maps would be awesome. I would love the Bespin map from 2015. That would be amazing. Oh, man. 2015 map would be the best. The one underground, not the big one. I like the big one, and I think if the big game mode is as popular as we all think it will be, I do expect them to be like, okay, we'll make bigger game mode maps, which, okay, fair enough. But I would love the underground one with like basic Vader and Luke fought and he lost his hand. That would be the best and one of my most favourite moments in all of Star Wars gaming, really. Because you can't play it on the original 2015 Battlefront, only 2017, so. But in terms of other content, I think we'll get droidekas. Like, the backlash of having that droideka model, which they have, and then saying, yeah, we actually aren't giving you droidekas, like, that pissed so much people off. They know how much we want droidekas. You give us droidekas, you give us ARC Troopers or Clone Commandos, and I think you'll make the game a lot more fun. And I think Brandville actually said, who's one of the lead designers, I think, basically just went, yeah, I want more enforcers to come, and it's like, yep, that's yeah, I got no problems with that. I think it's the balance though. If we get an extra year, like if we get January 2020 and they're like, okay, that's it, no more Battlefront 2 news, that sucks. But if it's like, okay, 2020 and we're going to have one more year, we'll probably get all the content that we want. But I doubt that. I do think that after 2019, 2020 January last patch and then bam, we're done. And then hopefully, possibly a Battlefront 3, which will most likely fix everything wrong with this game. Which actually, as of now, isn't much, to be truthful. Only really the campaign in ways, and that's basically a longer campaign and kind of everything we have now at launch. But yeah, I think they'll do that because right now I don't think the game is really making money. I think, and many others think, that DICE is basically doing this so they can be like, look guys, we fixed the game, and they've absolutely fixed the game. And I think everybody says Geonosis for 2017 was the big one. I think February, because February comes with a big game mode, it comes with Anakin, it comes with all these great little things that we didn't really expect to happen. I think that's the big change for the game, and what comes next is even more exciting in a way. This is like the rebirth of its rebirth. Geonosis was the rebirth of 2017, I think this could be the rebirth of 2019, who knows? 2018 I mean, and then 2019. Either way, I'm excited. The wait's going to suck, but then again, I've got these videos to make. I've got the original Battlefront 2 in 2017. I've got the new Metro Exodus coming out on the 15th, which I am excited for. And basically, yeah. So we've got a fair bit of content coming, which is honestly really great. So in the end, I think we do have a fair, good grasp on what's going on. I should really choose. We'll choose Dark Trooper. So that's good. All I need for Battlefront 2017, though, is a bigger offline. You give us bigger offline, and I'll be happy. If they came out and gave us a big offline and said, okay, and they announced the end of it, I'd be fine with that, because if they give us a good offline that's anywhere near as the offline as this game, I'll be playing it like I'm playing this game years from now. Absolutely. And I hope the new big game mode is available offline. I mean, I've played the alpha. You've seen the video. I've played the pre-alpha of the original Battlefront 3. That gave us ground to space, and it had AI bots. Even for a version of the game that wasn't finished, working pretty damn well. So, they can do it. It's doable. And they have been upgrading the AI slightly. They haven't actually mentioned it, but the AI in offline for 2017 does feel slightly better. They run now. They jump out the way. Like, there's some good shit there. So, I think they are going to make a big change to their AI. Some people are saying that there's AI in the new game mode, and that instead of making it 60 players, they're going to make it 40 versus 40. Have AI running around the map, kind of like a Titanfall, which is a great move. Fantastic if that's true. Like, yeah, that's what we need. That's amazing. No problems there at all. Absolutely not. So, yeah. That's hopefully how it's going to be. Whether or not it is, we'll have to wait and see. But, I mean, within 3 months, I think, of me making this video... I mean, 3 months. Oh, God, hope no. 3 weeks of me making this video, I think that, yeah, we'll have at least some information. And they did say that weekly from now on, they will be giving us information about what's going to happen. I am hoping the new game mode is first, but who knows. Anakin, I'm fine with being last because I kind of want him to be a treat when I get him. But new game mode first, the customization next, like, that'd be great. And then from there, we just go from there because I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. I have to wait. But there's a lot of stuff, life, video games, and all that. So I think we're doable. I think we're doable. But it's damn exciting that we're on the pinnacle of, like, sort of seeing the biggest change in Star Wars Battlefront in a while. Oh wait, these guys have Wookiees, so... yeah, I can't wait. I just, yeah, man. No, die, die. Ah, he got me. But did I kill him? No. We're gonna win anyway, so. The Empire has taken Kashyyyk once more. Because in Legends they took it over already. Bye-bye. So yeah, and if they were to cancel the game, like I said, I would be like, you know, that's fine. I can still play the game. I'm happy. I hope Star Wars actually finds its breath again. From the movies to the games, I really hope it finds its breath again. Because right now, you look at Star Wars, and in a way, it just doesn't feel like Star Wars. It feels way too corporate. And I think that's the thing. Once we lost Lucas, a lot of, like... Lucas, to me, losing Star Wars from him is the pinnacle of... You didn't know what you had till it was gone. And a lot of people, I think, are kind of seeing that now. And that's not to say I hate the sequel trilogy, even though... Like, I do have that bias because I love the Legends. I loved Legends, and I thought that was a great way to take it. And then you look at how they've taken it now, it's like, nah, it doesn't work, and you're dead. That's cool. It just doesn't feel like it works much. But like I said, if you love the sequel trilogy, that is absolutely fine. I do feel like I am going to get some more positive stuff out of it. It really depends. Like, I can't say I truly hate the sequel trilogy until I've seen the next episode. I can say I do not like the first one. Last Jedi was slightly better for me, but it did have flaws. And yeah, so the third one's the way to go. Hopefully we'll see how that goes. But in the end though, as long as you like Star Wars is so vast now, it's like there's still 40 plus years of Legends that is now considered Legends. So I got that to read, and I've got all these ones. So there is still a lot of oomph there that I think there's we can kind of bring in. But oh, Dagobah, you want to take over Dagobah? And if they gave us this for the new 2017 Battlefront, oh, I talk about Battlefront a lot. That's really the only thing we really talk about. I was quite surprised with the new update, actually, Dooku. They fixed a lot of shit. They fixed a lot of bugs. They fixed Phasma. They fixed Phasma, finally. Like, hell yeah, man. They fixed Phasma. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. So, they've done a lot of good shit. They fixed almost everything, so I'm all for that. Absolutely. I've got no problems whatsoever with how they fix Phasma. I just cannot wait to see what comes next. I do want to watch Resistance, and I will, but I'm waiting for the whole season to come out so I can binge it, because apparently it gets better. Second half of season 1 is a lot better, apparently, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally excited for Clone Wars, because Clone Wars prequels, hell yeah. I do hope they do a TV show of Luke after Return of the Jedi. Like, I would watch that, even if I don't like what happens in the end, or what they've done with the universe and galaxy, and how boring and cliche it has gotten. I'd still watch it. He's still got to find, like, Luke's still got to find the Jedi that become part of his order. He's still got to at least have a few missions with him. He's got to find out how he makes. He's got to find the place he puts the temple. He's got to build it. There's some good potential there. It's just what happens afterwards. It's just cliched and boring, honestly. And as a writer myself at times, it's just Lucasfilm could have done better. Disney could have done better. But you've got JJ to take hold, and unfortunately, JJ is a well-known... He's the guy that gives you what you want, but doesn't add the depth to it, and yeah, like, here's the thing. Just because, say, The Force Awakens reminds you of your childhood doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's... uses your nostalgic feelings to make you think the film's better, when in fact it's can't do anything imaginative and inspired itself. At least. That's my perspective on it all. But like I said, if you like those films, that's absolutely amazing. I'm a Star Wars channel that loves and respects them, but I'm going to still say my perspective and my views. I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, sucking on Disney or on Lucasfilm's dick. No, I want to say what I feel. And I feel that while there is some good stuff here, there is also a lot of crap. More so than, say, the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. Because, yes, the original trilogy did have a lot of crap in it as well. From a few standpoints, Ewoks... The fact how, like, Luke's plan doesn't really make sense in Return of the Jedi, kind of, at all. The loss of... Oh, that turned off. That's interesting. Give me a sec. That might not be good. Sorry about that. The screen turned off, and, because it ran out of battery, and it's like, oh, I could have sworn I charged it. But no, it was the camera battery, not that battery. But this one's at 80%, so it should be good. My bad. More editing stuff to do, haha. But yeah. So I was talking about Star Wars, and it's like, yeah, there are problems with the original trilogy as well. And the fact that they didn't act like... I wouldn't say it's a problem because even though it wasn't planned, it does happen how things can just... Because if you don't give enough detail on something, you can, and you've written a very open story, you can't add these things in, like Luke and Leia being sisters. That wasn't supposed to happen. Lucas was going to have it that Leia wasn't his sister and that she was a potential love interest, and that Luke was supposed to meet his sister and well, supposed to be 7, 8, and 9, but that obviously changed. So they cut certain things out of the film that added a bit more sexual drama between Luke and Leia, and basically went, yeah, Luke's his sister in Return of the Jedi. So yeah, and like that's the thing, things change, and it definitely shows. But that's, I think, on a perspective of filmmaking, that's fine because that does happen. It's not always as tight knit as people think. So I'm kind of like, okay, yeah. I think it's personally fine, but yeah, not perfect, but okay, everything's going good, yeah. That's the thing. There is no perfect film, and every film can get freaking stripped down. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but it's fun to talk about that every film can get stripped down. But you also got to think of the times of not only the making of the film, but also what kind of style he wants to bring to this universe, be it in its own era, be it authoritarian, or be it controlling, be it a fascist nation or a fascist empire that wants to control everything. There's always those perspectives that are in these sort of films that unfortunately go over a lot of people's heads. I hate it when you like go and talk about depth in film and stuff. There are people out there that just don't believe you and they follow that stupidity of hey, but this guy said this, you know, Plinkett said that, and it's like, yeah, and what about CinemaWin? CinemaWin's had some great deconstructions of certain films and even reconstructions, and all these other channels that do it. Like, why do we have to follow them, the voice that hates and yells the loudest because, oh, it makes sense? What about the goodness in a film that makes sense? It's like, you know, there's always people out there that want a film to go away, they want to, and that's why I don't care for reviewers. I never have, really. I used to. But then when I started to find out that a lot of films I like, people seem to, well, so-called critics hated. And then when I went into researching critics, I found out that there were even critics out there, professional critics, that literally would argue and complain about each other's perspective, be it like Roger Ebert and Siskel. They were fantastic reviewers, and I really respected their opinion. I didn't have to always agree with them, but I respected it. And you would see them fight with each other because they didn't agree with what was going on, and I thought that's reviewers in general. And I think today with things like the media and stuff, reviewers, people that think they're reviewers, aren't reviewers and don't know what they're doing at all. They think they do, they don't really. Realistically, they have no clue what they're doing. So for me, it's like, well, screw them. They don't know what they're doing, they're idiots, yada yada yada. So, okay. At least that's what I think. But hey, I mean, we're going to pay people to tell us what to think and do? Okay, fine, yeah, that makes sense. Not. Jesus Christ, I don't know. The world is weird and strange, and I get it, we can follow the sheep, we can be sheep and follow the wolves as fast as we can, and I'm not saying everybody's an idiot, you know, you don't have to be a sheep and be an idiot. No, you can be a sheep and not truly understand it, and I'm not being like, oh, we're all sheep and I'm a wolf. No, it's just, there's always that different perspective of thinking and being your own person. It's like, just make up your own mind. I mean, people used to hate the original trilogy. If you go back, actually, the original trilogy was not well received at all by critics. New Hope was, Empire was not, and neither was Return of the Jedi. But, hey, what would I know? Just a guy that studied film and loves doing film and all that. And I know people can be like, well, what's the biggest thing you've worked on? It's like, look, even if you're starting off, I still have the degrees, I've still spent years, I still had fantastic conversations with people in the industry that have worked on big and small things. I do have that perspective, and even then, people like Spielberg, there have been people that said, yeah, you're going to be a terrible director. I think that's actually a few things that was in his bio. He's like, yeah, people said I was a terrible director. And it's like, okay, well, I think you're one of the greatest directors ever. Who cares what other people think? There is that minority of people that think everything's shit. There's that people that think that's good. You know, it's like, whatever. It's all over the place. All over the place. Absolutely. Still interesting to hear, but still kind of stupid, just to say. On that little screw up, hopefully everything's going good. We're at, well, technically I'm at 20, probably 21, 20 minutes if I don't count that left up. Which I think we got 80 more. We're 5 minutes in. Yeah, we got some time, boys. We got some time. So, is it my move? Yes, it's mine. But first of all, we need to buy some more units. Scout, Trooper, or Imperial Officer. We'll do Imperials. We want to get the big ones first, and now we just need 1,000 credits, which is going to be piss easy. So, they've got Yavin 4 and Felucia. Both good too. We could get Majida. Now we'll take these ones because then we can do a double, maybe. Yeah, we'll do a double. We'll take over Yavin 4. It will be ABN. I had fun. So, Yavin 4, another great thing, and in Legends, I'm going to go in Legends now. In Legends, Luke actually built his temple on Yavin 4 because it is very strong with the Force, and he had some great adventures there. It got destroyed in the Fung War, and then he moved it to Osis, I believe it was, and it was great, but yeah, he spent a fair bit of years on Yavin. It's just to think if we could have had Legends with this, like a Battlefront 3 version with Legends, and it had like his Jedi Temple. Oh man, we really needed more Legends game. Apparently we're gonna get it. Somebody wanted to make a game with Ben Skywalker in it. Oh man, that would have been amazing. So good. Yeah, I do love Legends. I'm sorry, I do. If you don't like Legends, fair enough. It wasn't for everybody. I do think there was a lot of good, but yeah. I just realized that, the fog, yeah. I think on Xbox One X, when it's in 4K, that fog's gone, or most of it's gone. And it's actually really interesting how they did that. I really love the idea of 4K, old Xbox games and stuff. Well done. Very well done. Fantastic. Please make Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast 2 backwards compatible. That's a fantastic game that I want to see in 4K. Good. Okay. Hopefully it comes. Maybe this year. Maybe there'll be a few backwards compatible games. I would love them. See, the thing, I played this a lot. I didn't know you could get into those towers. For some reason, I did not know you could get into those bloody towers. It's insane. That's insane. But it'd be great if, I really hope that maybe Disney or EA will be like, okay, here's a 1080p, 4K on Xbox One X of like every single Star Wars game, like Pod Racer and all that. Like, there are so many great games that there should be just a giant collection that we can sit back and enjoy. I would love that, and I would buy the living shit out of that. Like, that's an easy way to make money, literally. Maybe remaster them, maybe not. I don't know, but like, fuck, that would be my jam. That would be my jam, absolutely. So, I'm just saying that would absolutely be my jam. Fuck, that'd be good. But unfortunately, probably not. I feel like they want to fix Battlefront 3, which, like I said before, DICE are basically doing just to fix, to be like, look guys, we fixed the game, please buy Battlefront 3. And if they fix the game enough, and they have to an extent, all I need is a big offline mode, I will buy a Battlefront 3, I will pre-order it, I will get the collector's edition of that game if there is one, because I enjoyed the first game, although I did buy on sale, and I got it all for cheap, so there is that. I love the second game, I'm still playing it, I think it's my most played game since the original Battlefront 2 and Witcher 3. And I love the fact that they're adding more content, and like I said, if they add the content that I want, at the very least, a few more prequel maps, droidicas, and a big offline mode, if you just give me those three things, I will literally buy a Battlefront 3 if it's announced. And it has obviously all this stuff. And I think it would. I think a Battlefront 3 would also have, space to ground. I think it's such a big thing now that they're kind of like, well, it depends what they do with this one. If this new Titan type mode is literally take over command points, and then after a fair amount is taken, or all of them are taken, a big ship comes in and we can take all the ships already in there, and we can basically take them out, and you can dogfight in the air and stuff. That's good enough, I think, for a lot of people. And then in time, if they add the ability to get into vehicles and stuff, which apparently you will, maybe, there's still some rumors and stuff, you've got a good game mode there, and if you just extend it to space to ground, you win. You absolutely win. And I think if it is going to be next gen, because let's be honest, next gen's coming probably late this year or early next year or mid next year. Well, let's be honest here. There's in the water. I also didn't know after playing this game for years that you could go up here. But let's be honest here. If they do it like that, next gen Battlefront 3 will be amazing, I think. But that's probably 2 years away, maybe, and we have to wait. But you know what? It is what it is, and I'm fairly happy about it if it becomes true. And I really hope it's been made for a while. If Battlefront 3 by EA has been made for at least 3 years, or 2.5, 3 years, I'll be happy. And multiple studios as well. Of course, this all sounds like a dream game, but it's not impossible. I think after EA's kind of fucked over a few times, it makes sense. Now, EA itself not wanting the license, I don't think makes much sense. It's like, oh, we don't need the license. Like, motherfucker, why'd you pay that much money for the license, you dumb shits? Fucking hell. Bullshit all over. Absolutely. But, yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of EA. I don't know why people want people like Activision or Ubisoft. I agree that Ubisoft would probably go in a different direction and actually do some interesting things. I agree. If they can be just as scummy as Activision, I would say Activision is just as bad as EA. At times. Like, hey, here's a game, and you have to pay like $80 for a season pass or some shit like that. But then again, they do make it playable offline, and they do actually add the maps and stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I think give DICE no restrictions and as much money as you can put into it, and you'll have a fantastic game. A fantastic Star Wars game, but we'll see. EA, it's kind of weird how EA, if true, are still doing their business. You know, it's just business style. It's like, if you want business, respect the gamer, respect your fans, and respect people that are making this, not, Adrian, this is business, this is how we do it, this is how we do it. Business. So that's not business, that's just being a dick. But, oh shit, wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, we're gonna get to 3. Well, always interesting stuff to say, I think. I wish there was more news, really. I mean, there are some. I do actually keep up with the leaks of the new Star Wars film, but I think, like Last Jedi, we won't be getting anything concrete until basically it's about to be released. Which, I know it's like, why are you trying to ruin yourself? But honestly, after The Force Awakens, I did the same thing. I gave up on Star Wars after that, and I hate saying that. I really do, but that film just, that rubbed me the wrong way. It didn't feel like Star Wars. And I know people say, oh, but the Phantom Menace didn't feel like Star Wars. No. That felt a lot more like Star Wars than this feels like Star Wars. But then again, I grew up with the prequels, and I love the differences. I love the different era. Because, let's be truthful here, if I wanted the original trilogy era, I'd just watch the original trilogy. So, yeah. But it's all perspective. I hate it when people say you don't understand Star Wars because you like the prequel trilogy. That's fucking bullshit. You don't understand Star Wars. Star Wars isn't about your childhood. It's about different eras and eras, or areas, and that heart and soul from it. Because the original trilogy is completely different from the prequel trilogy, and vice versa, because it's a different era. If you were to go back, I think I even said this in the last video, if you were to go back 30 years ago, guess what? Things would be different. We wouldn't be used to it. They'd talk different, they'd sound different. Well, not sound different, but they'd talk different, they'd look different, and society would be different. Just like it's portrayed in the prequels and the original trilogy. Because beforehand, the prequels didn't have the Empire, that tyrannical empire that just took over everything. Original trilogy, they do. But logic, world logic, and universal logic just doesn't happen. I have been thinking about doing a video, though, on the downfall of Star Wars. Is it Lucas, is it Disney, or is it us, the fans? The answer will shock you. More news at 12. Hey. But yeah, I want to, but I just feel like everybody would hate me. And we have them all unlocked except for you, which we will get to next. I will probably do one more match, I think. Yeah, 15 more minutes. Yeah, I got enough. Alright, we're going to move to Felucia. No, we just took over. No, we didn't take over Felucia. It was Youngful. Felucia. We'll take over Felucia, and that'll be part 2 done, and we'll move on. We'll move on to the rest of the Empire. Yes. Quiet. And then I think after this, I'll probably do maybe Resistance, or Resistance. Yeah. Rebels, and then Clones. It really depends. I want to do Clones, but I'm half of me is like, maybe I'll wait and do Clones when there's more clone content, like the Clone Wars, just before the Clone Wars comes out. I might be able to do something like that, but we'll see. It's hard not to pick the clones because I love the clones, and it's like I kind of want to play as the clones, so we'll see. Yeah. This game mode is some of the most fun, and I really hope they bring it into 2017. If they just gave us this, I'd be happy. I would be extremely happy. And anything's plausible. I think they actually want to give it to us. They even said they did, but that was before the clusterfuck that was their launch. But we'll see. I know we keep saying we'll see, and sometimes it's not as good as you want it to be, but we'll see. Oh man, I love Felucia though. I would love to see this in 2017 graphics. Could you imagine that? Like, oh my god, it would look so good. Like, I can usually do it better. Oh, that's my intruder. Yeah, I can't do it. I can do it, but not on camera. Oh, look at it. It looks great today. And I love it how we only saw this planet for like, what, 10 seconds? 10, 15 seconds, maybe 20? And it's just like, it's one of the best planets in all of Star Wars. I love it. I love it. Same with Caden and Mordia. I want that map, actually. But I don't think we'll see it in this game. I think we'll see it, I mean, as in 2017 Battlefront. Possibly in the new game coming out this year, which I'm excited for as well. I will get that day one. It's made by the team that made, what was it? Titanfall 2. That game's fucking amazing. It's fantastic, honestly. I'm sorry for swearing, but, like, my gods, that is amazing. That is one of the best games I've played it in a long time. And it was made in, like, 2 years. Like, that's freaking amazing. Now, and if this game has been in development for as long as we think it is, then holy shit, it's gonna be great. It might even have, saber combat on par, if not better than the, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy games. It would be great. I do wish we got at least a new canon something of the Jedi Order, because this Jedi Order was around for, I believe, a few years. So there is stories that could have been done. There is stories to tell, and with his new Jedi Order, and I really hope they do that. It's just, yeah, we'll see. I do not, like, if they do what a lot of people are thinking, that the new Jedi Order is made by, Rey. Oh boy, I'm not gonna lie to that. If Rey was a good character, I'd be fine with that, but yeah. Rey hasn't earned to be a Jedi Master. Now, if it was, say, Rey and Kylo, maybe? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I think I am holding on to my beliefs and loves of Legends, and to be truthful, if I want to see that, I have got Legends, and I do think Legends is superior in a lot of ways because of that. Just seeing, like, I don't think we're ever going to get a story as good as when Luke was in a war with the Vong, holding his son for the first time as a Jedi Master in a war. It's so bloody beautiful. It's after Rebirth Part 2, if I remember correctly. There are moments in Rebirth 1 and 2 that... Because Rebirth Part 2 is when his son, Ben Skywalker, gets born. And it's really done, well done. It is really well done. And I believe the next book, they kind of attach more to what goes on him being a father. It's been a while since I read that book afterwards, but I will have to read it again, actually. I think I read a library in the old days. But, like, yeah, it's some good stuff. It is. It really is. Oh, man. And to see Luke and Mara be a father and a wife, it is pretty fucking brutal. It's beautiful. It's beautiful stuff. Yes, I am a big Legends fan. I am. Funny enough, I've bought more Legends comics than last year than I have what is now considered canon. I do enjoy the canon books. I think the canon books between episode 1 and 6 are actually very well made. Absolutely well made. It's just what happens afterwards that I find dull and boring. But there is some good stuff there. I think there was one where Luke fills a ship full of was it Banthas? No, it wasn't Banthas. It was Nerf herders, I think it was, and it was freaking funny as shit, man. And then there's like the one where he goes to a Jedi temple and Vader comes down and just basically a badass. That was great. Vader run is amazing. There is a lot of good stuff in that eras, but it just leaks that you go from that to just bam. Although I did like, I think it was Empire's End, or the comic book where it basically was like Leia goes to Naboo and she feels like she looks at Padme and like she's like there's that connection there. I was like, that's freaking cool. And then there's she feels Darth Maul. I love that. That was a great comic book, actually. Another interesting thing would be like how does Luke and Leia learn about their father and mother? Like that was they do touch upon that in Legends, and it was well done in Legends, but like, oh man, I really hope it's well done here, because first of all, Luke's got to find out that his mum was royalty, which, oh my god, I can't wait to find out. Then, I should really chose that away. Then, because I think in the Poe Dameron book, we find out that Leia actually does know who her mother was, and obviously her father, so it's going to be interesting to find out how they actually bring this all together. And it can be done well. That's the thing. There can and will be some great stories done in the new canon. But, well, there's always gonna be some bad ones. I think there's a few people out there that think the same way. There will be bad ones, which is fair enough. Like, whether or not you like them or not is all up to you. There's some people out there that I know that don't like the new Vader, which I'm kind of like, really? You don't like the new Vader? Yeah, I just don't like it. Okay, fair enough. It's beautifully well done. Oh my god. But it is what it is. Like, there are people out there that just like things and don't. Yeah. And we know how disgustingly bad the fandom is. The Star Wars fandom is fucking ugh. Even as a Star Wars fan myself, I think I 100% agree that the Star Wars fandom is just a bunch of fuckwits. Honestly, they're man-children. When a 40-plus-year-old complains like a child about his films, you know something's wrong. It's with the person itself. And it does suck that that's a thing that exists. It definitely does. And, I hate that. I hate that if we don't like something, we give death threats. I don't get that. Like, I think I mentioned this in the last one as well. I'm going to mention that a lot. Rose Tico. I didn't like that character. I think she was a bad character. I think she was worse than Ewoks and Jar Jar. But I'm not going to tell the actress to go kill herself. That doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. It's idiotic. Thank you for that, Imperial Engineer. It's just freaking dumb. There's no point to just... Yeah, there's no point at all. Look at that beautiful skyline. There's no point to just give her death threats. Now, constructive criticism to the writers and directors about how this universe and these characters can be better, that's fine. But, yeah. Anyway, I think that would be the end. This one will be about 37 minutes, I think, yeah. I would like to go longer, but I gotta go to bed and get up at like 5:30 tomorrow on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. But I mean, I control 8 out of 13 characters, so... Well, actually, we'll end the turn and see where it goes. If we get attacked... Alright, we're getting attacked. Okay. Before I click A, I'm going to have to go up and stop and start, and then I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back in like... Well... Back. Alright. We'll just do Naboo. We'll do Naboo, which I love. So it's interesting playing, because I do want to kind of, because I think there was a sort of conquest mode in the first game, but not as well done as this one. But I do want to play that too, because I do love Battlefront 2004. I felt like it wasn't overall better, but there was I love the HUD. I love the elements where you were playing on certain maps and they'd have like the environment trying to attack you. They sort of have that in here, but like they had, what was it, on Tatooine, they had the, what are they called? What Jabba throws in there? They had those around the maps, which was awesome. They have a variety of just really well done maps and stuff. It was great. They had the ability to place a Bespin. You could fly in the same map. They don't, and even on Kashyyyk, and they didn't really have that in this game, unfortunately, which kind of sucked. So I felt like, and that's why I felt like about the Battlefront 3 that they were going to make would have been great. Would have mixed the best of the first game and the second game and just made something beautiful. And I also felt like there were some better maps. What was it? The planes, the Naboo planes in the first game were fantastic. Tatooine was fantastic. I think they had Death Star 2, maybe Death Star 1, that was pretty good. Not all maps were obviously the best, but there was a fair good amount. There was a fair good trace amount of well done, well made maps that I thought were just fantastic. Obviously, some were the same. Hoth was the same. Naboo was more or less the same. I think there was like a slightly different change layout from what I can remember, but it was more or less the same. Death Stars as well, but for the most part, there were a lot of maps that were similar. And then, of course, some of the maps were brought in as DLC. Renvar was just, yeah, great. They added Anakin to the light side in the DLC for number 2, which I really wish we could get, because that made a lot more sense. Where is it coming from? That made a lot more sense here. Than what it was now. Like, oh, hey, Darkseid, but he's only really Darkseid for like the last half an hour of Revenge of the Sith. Then he turns into Vader. Because for 9% of the time he's Darkseid, he is Vader. Just saying. But, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Honestly. And, everyone's like, we want a remake. And it's like, yeah, good luck with a remake of Battlefront 1 and 2. Good luck with that. I'd love that too. I really would. I don't think that's going to actually happen anytime soon. Fan-made, of course, absolutely. But non-fan-made. it'd be great, and I would be there day one. But yeah, there is that Heroes, because apparently some of the devs from Battlefront 3 were gonna actually remake it, but they couldn't. Cease and desist. But they're basically redoing the concept of Space to Ground in a free-to-play online game, which honestly, if they bring it out, I think that would be fantastic. And it's like, I still don't get how the concept was around almost a decade ago, yet no games really did it. Or even attempted. It's like, guys, if you just attempted that, and I feel like that's the thing. There are game developers that do not want to push gaming in a direction that makes you go, holy shit, this is gaming now? Like, they don't want to do that, and I hate that. Back in the day, devs pushed. Like, back here, like in this game, the ability to fly into ships and go into the hangars, that was actually freaking fantastic for its time. That was quite the new thing. And while some games did something similar, nobody really truly said, yeah, that's how you do it. And same, obviously, with what they were doing number 3. But I think if that was 100% released, then a lot of people were like, holy shit, we got a copy of this. This is really good. I know that if Battlefront 3 released in 2008, I would be playing the living shit of it still. I would. Absolutely. And I think if it was released, a lot of fans would have to be like DICE's Battlefront 2015 would have been a completely different game. Same with probably number 2 as well. Because they know how much they have to do. And now they know how much they have to do now. And yeah. I remember last time I said, I'm going to write down what I should talk about. Didn't happen. Of course, it's almost 9:30 at night, and I've got to go to sleep after this, because I have to get up to do some work at the TV station. Which is going to be fun. I'm ingesting cartoons. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? Hey, you want to ingest some cartoons? Not really. Yeah, good, you gotta do it. Okay, well. That's fine. I think I can live with that. It's a dull and easy life for that sort of ideology. It's still fun. You'll learn. Goes on your resume. It's all good shit. And that's a thing that I want to do in terms of filmmaking. Just take it. Like, try anything. Become an intern. Learn. Volunteer. It doesn't matter. It all goes on your resume, your permanent record, or whatever. It's there. It's there. And it's a good thing to have. And it makes you feel good. It makes the world feel good. And yeah, just do it. And who knows, it might lead somewhere. The downside is, if it hasn't led anywhere in like 3 years, you're like, oh, it's not going to lead anywhere. It might. The world's a weird place, and fates are weird as well. This is funny. I never knew this was here until I played Battlefront 1 in like 2 years ago. I never knew it was there until I played Battlefront 1. I was like, hang on, I didn't know this map that was there, because in the Naboo map in the first game, I think it's slightly easier to see these, because I think it's in daytime, and I don't think there's a day version of this map, so you can actually see it better, and it's just like, damn it, why the hell did I know that? Oh, the things you find. I love it. I love playing a game. Holy shit, we've lost. We've lost Naboo. I love playing these games where it's like, holy shit, like, there's a lot that you never knew about, and then when you do, you're like, how the hell do they do this? Back then. Probably going to lose, I think, but that's fine, because since I've basically got every single thing we need, I can basically come in here and be like, because I can then buy the power up for, I can just come back and buy the power up for, yeah, we lost, fair enough, but I can come back and use the power up, hero power up, more reinforcements, and we'll kick their asses. I think once you've unlocked everything, they get a bit harder, so then you've got to come in and say, okay guys, we're in, we're ready, let's do some shit. But I think that is it. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sorry about the yawning. Next time I do this will hopefully not be at night or before I have to go to bed, but I was bored and there was nothing to do. I think we've done well. We've got all the units we really need, except for one, I believe. Well, yeah, we've got them all. So we've got every single one, and I think we have enough for these. How much is a hero? That's 1,000, isn't it? 800. 600 amplifies damage at one type, so you're... I think we need... That one is a must. Supplies. Yeah, that's good enough. Gives you an 8 units extra reserve of health upon entering the battlefield. And that one. That one's good, yeah. Alright, that's me done. I'll just save it again. And yeah, that's the one Sith out. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. And next time, yes, I know I say this a lot, but I will make sure that I write down what the hell I want to talk about. Anyway, this is the one Sith out. I shall see you all in Asgard.